Welcome back to Love and Junk. I'm Laura.
I'm John.
And today we're doing a TV show review. I feel a little rusty. I feel like we haven't done this in a minute. We haven't done a whole lot of this kind of thing on our channel. We would like to do some more. We are going to be doing a couple of British series, and we're going to be doing some more, I don't know, movies and different things.
Yeah, give a little review on stuff that we're watching.
Yeah. So you get the food part, and then you can see like maybe what we're doing while we're eating some of our snacks and food, right? So this is about Sweet Tooth today.
Yep.
And you may have seen it. It's on Netflix, and it just came out June of this year. It is a limited series, so there's only 8 episodes of it. Spoiler, it for sure is set up to have a second part.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I don't know if it will be the remainder of the first season or if it'll be, because it's only 8 episodes.
Yeah, but sometimes on Netflix you never know with that because sometimes they only have 8 or 10 episodes at first, or they just come out with it and drop all 8 episodes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I don't know if it's going to be a season 2 or the rest of the first series, but there for sure is going to be more than what is on there right now.
For sure. Yeah, and it's at least it seems like it's been a pretty popular show if you haven't seen it.
It's based on a comic book. And from what I've heard, I've not read. We are those people. We love,
nerdy stuff.
For sure. We love sci-fi. We do love drama. We love. We don't love drama, but we love drama, TV shows, mysteries, true crime, that kind of thing.
Right.
We see every comic book movie that comes out. That's kind of our favorite. And this is based on a comic book series. I do know that the comic book series is a little bit darker than the route they went with the TV show, which I'm glad. There is some darkness to it, but it doesn't stay there. And where I'm at in my life, coming out of where we've been, and given what the show is about, I wouldn't want it to be super dark. You didn't find it too dark either.
No.
We've all been in the same place, right? Where we kind of want a distraction from that.
Yeah, so let's get into what it is first, and then we can talk about more like, what we think of it and stuff like that. But so the description of it, at least on the interwebs, is Sweet Tooth is an American fantasy drama streaming television series. It was developed by Jim Mickle, but executive producers are Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, his wife. And then you said, it's based on the comic book. So it's basically about kind of modern day, modern times. And then there's an illness. Very timely.
Yeah, I really would love to know how long that has been in the works.
Yeah. And at the same time that the illness started, babies started getting born with animal that they were a cross.
They're called
between
hybrids.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the movie they're called hybrids.
Yeah.
So the illness is called the sick, and most of the world is gone, and there's some regular people left. You don't know how many. And then there's these hybrids. And like we were discussing, we don't know. They don't know if the sick was caused by the hybrids or the hybrids was caused by the sick. But that's kind of, the theme of the show. So there's a little boy named Gus who is a hybrid, a boy and a deer. And he doesn't really act like a deer. His sense of smell and everything is that like a deer, but he talks and everything. It's not animated per se. It's not, it's not one of those. He's being raised by his father, who is protecting him because, as you can imagine, in this world where they don't know what caused what, there's a lot of people that are trying to grab these hybrids. Right. And, either exterminate them or use them for science and figure out, where, where the sick came from.
Yeah. We really love this show. I mean, we breezed right through it. Typically, the way that we watch things, we don't usually like binge it one after the other. We'll watch like an episode a day, and then sometimes some breaks in between. But yeah, we went right through it, within about a week or so.
Yeah.
And the style of the movie, I guess, at times...
Show.
Yeah, show. It to me, it makes you wonder, like, is this a children's show? Like, sometimes they had some elements in there that was like, okay, it's very like... Of course, the main character is a child, but, that the way that they portray things makes it seem very, like, innocent for children. And then there will be a scene that comes in and you're like, wow, I can't believe that they would put that sort of like action or whatever or fear in a children's show. So it's kind of mixed.
I think it's not gory. I wouldn't say that, but there is a lot of fear, anxiety inducing scenes. That's how I would see it. So gauge your own children, but I mean, I don't know what it is rated exactly, but it feels PG-13 to me.
It kind of does. Let's see if I can find out.
I can also tell you this. There are so many times, and I don't know if this is Robert Downey Jr.'s hand in this, but it feels like a movie. It is shot beautifully. And the show is not only about the sick and hybrids, but this little boy goes on an adventure with a man. And you know that this man has a mark so that he's identified as being a quote unquote bad guy. And so you're trying to figure out what's going to happen with this little boy. You don't know if he can trust this man. And that this is not a spoiler. I mean, it may be to you, but it says that in some of the
descriptions,
synopsis. Of it. So you don't know because they're like branded.
Yeah.
The bad guys are branded. And he has a mark. So you don't know, is he catching Gus and he's gonna turn him into somebody that's gonna do something to him, or is he really trying to protect him? The guy has a backstory, Gus has a backstory. Gus believes his mom is out in the world somewhere, and he's going on this adventure to try to find his mom, and you don't know because half the world is gone, or more than that, if he's going to find her. How is she going to be? Is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy? Is she, so that's basically what the show is about. There's a lot of cast of characters. In addition to that, there's some teenagers that have bound together to try to fight and protect the hybrids. There's also a story about a doctor and his wife, and he is trying to come up with a cure for the sick because his wife is ill.
Yeah.
So it's so timely.
Right.
It makes you think about everything that we've gone through. At times it's very uplifting and very sweet, and at times it really hits home.
Yeah. I found out that, at least here in the States, it is rated TV-14. So
okay.
It kind of, says that you should have kids 14 and older can watch it without parental guidance.
Yeah, and I don't really think that's so much because of violence. There's a little bit of violence because there are bad people in the world that have, that are hunting these hybrids. But I think it's more that I got anxiety too when I was watching it, like, what's going to happen next kind of thing. And
well, you're a little baby too.
Yeah, and so I think that could be scary for some children, especially given the state of the world, right?
Right.
So I would highly recommend watching it if that sounds like something you're into, if you like comic book kind of movies, but it's not a superhero type movie. It's not like that at all. But how it's shot kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
It is suspenseful. I don't know. There's a message.
Yep. There's a message there for sure.
Probably a couple of them.
Yep.
I would highly recommend. I can't wait for the next season or the next part to
Me too.
come out. And I can tell you, I don't recognize. Sorry, this is probably is gonna. I don't recognize the people. Do you?
No. Uh-uh.
But the narrator is James Brolin. So that's, probably a voice that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
He's a great narrator, too.
Sure, yeah.
And that's another thing. That's what makes you feel, too, that it's like a children's movie. Those epic movies
Right.
where a child goes on an adventure
Yeah.
or like animals go on an adventure and it's narrated. It's like that.
Yes. That does make that feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like storytelling, but amazing show. If you haven't watched it, check it out on Netflix. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being like my favorite thing I've ever seen. What do you?
I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah, I would say a 4 as well. There were some things in it that made me feel like, oh, I don't really want to know about this or think about this because I'm trying to get away from this whole subject. But also, you have to take some things out of what we've been through. I don't know.
Right.
So, 4. Yeah, solid 4. 4.5 probably for me.
All right.
Let us know if you have seen it and what you thought of it down in the comments. Or if there's another show or movie that you would like to see us give our review of. If you're not following us on social media, please come find us. Our links are in the channel banner, the place where our pictures are.
That's
on the main page.
right.
Everything's linked there except for TikTok. We have a TikTok too if you want to come find us over there. Now, if you love Robert Downey Jr., I should say, what?
Nothing.
No, the day we're filming this, Robert Downey passed away.
Yes.
His dad, which is sad. And of course, in true Robert Downey fashion, he had a funny little thing that he said. Something like his stepmom said that they had been together for like 2,000 years, or it felt like 2,000 years that they had been together or something like that. But anyway, so rest in peace to him. And if you're a fan of Robert Downey Jr., I mean, this feels like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
to me. If you didn't know, he's one of our absolute favorites. We love him as Iron Man, but we also just like him as an actor and other things too.
Sure.
So it feels like him.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, yeah, and there's like we said, there's an underlying message, at least that they're getting at in the first season, and I think that goes along with Robert Downey Jr. and him and his wife have their foundation and everything.
Right.
So.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. If you like this kind of thing and you have some suggestions for other shows you want to see us review or movies or whatever it is, let us know down in the comments. And that's all we have for today.
That's right.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.